Hey to all those seeking vibrant health, it's Dr. Rachel Northern, and it's my weekly health tips. I'm your family wellness chiropractor, and my topic tonight is family ties. Where does your health come from? And this topic came up because the last couple of years I've been really studying genetics and epigenetics, and I actually last year started doing a DNA test in the office to check variance in our genes. There is some variance in our genes that they say maybe weaknesses in our genes. A lot of people have heard of some of these, like Alzheimer's gene or MFTFR was pretty popular last year. And so these are kind of weaknesses that say our body's processing things or has trouble processing certain vitamins or minerals, or just maybe a genetic weakness, they say. Also, on the flip side of that, though, there is genes that actually help us be healthier. So there's genes that cause resilience and stamina and endurance, and actually protective genes on the brain too, and the heart. So everybody talks about the bad press, the bad genes. I first want to kind of go into, there's always goes back to nurture versus nature, or genes versus lifestyle. And a lot of people want to just blame it on our genes, like, well, I have this weak genetic code passed down from my family. And a lot of times it's not just your genes that are passed down from family or generation to generation. With the family ties, it's actually our lifestyle, eating poorly, maybe not moving as much in your family. There's certain activities that maybe were not positive or encouraged in your family to be active. Maybe TV watching is what your family does, and sitting around and being more sedentary, that could have been passed on to you or your next, your generations. So it's more than that. Really, these books that I'm reading and researching, they talk about it's less than 15% of our genes actually control what's going to happen in our health. That really majority of it is what we do, back to our lifestyle, what stress we're putting on our bodies. So if you had twins with the same genetic code, and one smoked, didn't exercise, and they end up with high blood pressure or possibly cancer, or the other twin did great things, ate her fruits and vegetables every day, exercised consistently, they both have a breast cancer gene, maybe. But one came down with the breast cancer and one did not. They both had the same genes, but it was the stress that they put on our genes. So we have to take responsibility on how we treat our bodies. You can't leave it on just, I have this weakness in our genes. It's also good to know your weaknesses. I did this test myself, and I found out I have kind of a migraine gene, and it gave me actually herbs and supplements I could take to help that gene not be expressed. So therefore, I am headache free, and I live healthy lives, a healthy life and pain-free life, because I'm choosing to use good things to help support my body and not express the weakness in my genes. So there is ways that we can treat our body that can extend our health, and there's ways that we treat our body that will decrease our health and expose maybe some negative genes in our body. You have to choose on how you want to treat that. It's not just your destiny, of your genes, your destiny. So that's not a cop-out. So family ties, you got to think about what you've inherited, genetically, but also maybe what you've inherited through physical activities or lifestyle things that your family did, and maybe take accountability of maybe what things were pretty good and what things were pretty bad. One example I can think about is my grandma would make dessert for my grandpa every night. That was every night he had to have dessert. And, my grandpa died of cancer. My grandma died of cancer. So that dessert probably was not very good on their bodies. It probably didn't, help them thrive and be vital to maybe live a little longer. So you got to think about that. The next generation, should we make dessert every night because our grandmother did it or my mother did it? Is that really a healthy thing? So take inventory of maybe your lifestyle, things maybe that got passed down to you, even like maybe thought processes that are unhealthy that got passed down to you, because you can change anything. You have that will, you have that choice. So make good choices. Start thinking about what healthy choices you can do now to change your health for the future. And I want you to comment below of some things that maybe you've changed that your family did differently for the better, or comment on what your body needs to be healthier. So I'd like to talk to you, and take care next week.